So I know there's a lot of attention on this guy right now, and I promise this isn't clickbait, but it is true. I did race against Colton Herta back in 2014. Here's a screenshot from Wikipedia to prove it. Anyways, after winning the Formula Tour 1600 Championship, now F1600 Canada in 2011 and 2012, I was getting several calls from a few F3 teams in Europe to come race with them. One of them being these guys. And these are some of the drivers who have raced for them. Things were looking like my career was beginning to unfold in the picture-perfect fashion. F3 was a bit of a step up from wingless Formula 1600s, but after the season had finished, I'd done a bit of testing in a Star Mazda car, and although more work would be needed, I was on the pace considering the size of the step up the ladder I'd be taking. At a glance, things were looking up. I was ecstatic, I'd be able to get a drive in Europe, impress the right people, move up the Oh, yeah. That again. One of the teams actually offered me a 50% discount on the drive and offered to look for the other 50% in Spain, where the team is based, but it ended up falling through. Doing another year in 1600 would have been a bit redundant. The F2000 Championship Series doesn't have the crowds to make it worth the investment to my loyal sponsors, and the USF2000 Series cost just as much as the amount I couldn't find to go racing in Europe. And even if I did, F3 is also known for some things. In other words, a small fortune that I didn't have or have access to. So, I did Canadian Touring Car for 2013 at select venues with the largest crowds to help keep my name in the game. 2014 rolls around and former Penske engineer John Kaminsky started up his own USF2000 team and needed a driver. We had been in contact with him in the past, and I just happened to be in the right place and at the right time for once. We struck up a deal to do the inaugural Indianapolis Grand Prix, Toronto Indy, and Sonoma. Before the first race at Indy, I had no track time, like literally 0 minutes in an F2000, against well-funded and well-connected drivers who had been racing all season long and testing multiple days throughout the week. And I, a rookie, enter halfway through the season. Moving on now, I skipped the next race, which was an oval at Lucas Oil Speedway because money, and for the next race at Toronto, I did have a full day test session the week before. And although still pretty out of my depth, I got my elbows out, stopped making excuses, and got to work. So the second car from the right in that crash was Colton Herta. And that crash took a long time to clean up because there's 4 cars involved and they're both pretty much destroyed, which left us for a 2-lap showdown at the end of the race with some of the fastest junior drivers in North America at the time. This was easily the most competitive and most talented grid of drivers I've ever raced against, and definitely some of the most cutthroat competition. I've also grown and improved as a driver a lot. In fact, while making this video, I was constantly critiquing my driving and know there's dozens of little mistakes I would never make if I was to do this race again today. Most of the guys in this grid have gone on to run IMSA, IndyCar, or something else. And remember this outbraking attempt I did around the outside? That's Austin Cindric. Yes, that one. The same one who's won the Daytona 500. I was supposed to do the season finale at Sonoma, California, but unfortunately the deal fell through and that didn't end up happening. And that would be the end of my USF2000 career. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more racing content of the past and the present.